Am I live? Hopefully. Hopefully things work. So today, immediately, big things. I got a new computer monitor. It's a nice one. It's 240 hertz, 1440p, 27-inch OLED. It's my first time ever seeing an OLED screen, and it's been pretty cool. Uh, but better than that, or not better than that, but what better way to use a nice looking screen than to play Pokemon from the GameCube? Okay, maybe there's better games, but eh. Okay, so it seems like I'm live. Since last time, I've decided on what my team is gonna be, like through the whole thing. I'm gonna use Vaporeon, Seedot, Baltoy, Gulpin, obviously Gulpin. And then I'm also gonna use I think a Ninetales, because there's one of those, and then there's a Makuhita, and I don't think I've ever used that. Or if I have, I don't remember. So let's continue. It's been a while. It's been like a couple weeks now, hasn't it? The Cipher Lab, because we just beat the Hexagon brothers. They're still right here. The Sinister Six over here. Oh, I never fought this guy? I definitely fought him. 100% I fought him, right? Am I crazy? Switch Houndour in, and then maybe I switch. No, I keep Mareep in. For Mareep, no, Thundershock's not going to do that much, but Shadow Blitz will. But I guess maybe right now, for a limited time, you can just refight these guys. Which is cool. I don't think they'll have their Shadow Pokemon because I already beat them up. Right, I got Seedot from this guy, didn't I? Ember the Cacnea, Shadow Blitz the Oddish. Yeah, he had 5 Pokemon, or he has 5 Pokemon, but he had 6 before. So he's gone down. Shroomish. If his Shroomish was the Shadow Pokemon, I think I would be using that instead. Yeah, I definitely think I would be using that instead. But it was the Seedot, and Seedot is still cool. I really like some of the animations in this game. Pineco. Now, if Pineco was the Shadow Pokemon, maybe I'd be looking somewhere else, you know? Nice. Well, not nice. There was no point in doing that. So can I go in? Yeah. Oh, you can just heal here. So they're not even guarding anything. They just let you in. Huh. I can go that way. I can go in here. What are these? Can't interact. Sad. Oh, not supposed to be in here. Well, your guards aren't doing anything. Peon Corla. The names, dude. The names are terrible in this game. I assume Bite's gonna do better on Duskull. Nice, a one-shot. Over half. Tackle, no way. So, today, we finally got a trailer for Pokemon Champions. And I was really worried. Like, a lot of people were worried because of how the monetization is. And I don't know the pricing for any of the things. But it all seems unnecessary. You can just train the Pokemon in um you could just train the Pokemon in a different game, and then, like, yeah, it would be annoying to have to swap them, like send them to home, then send them back to Scarlet and Violet, make a slight change, and then like back again. But you get the VP, so I think the VP makes up for that. Like, that can be used for slight changes, and then anything really major would be best done in, or not really major changes. It would be, the major changes would be setting up the Pokemon in the first place. Right? And detaining it. It seems like the purchases are really just like you can do it, or you can, go buy one of the games. Though it would be better if they were pushing people towards something that wasn't Scarlet and Violet. Like if Winds and Waves was already out, then I'd think it's fine. But Scarlet and Violet isn't the, it's not that good. Like, it's fun. Well, with the Switch 2 now, it's not terrible. So, whatever, it's fine. There's no problems. Now, yeah, I don't know the pricing. I looked on the website for like a second, and I didn't see it, but I've also seen like thumbnails. I think it was like an Austin John Plays thumbnail of like pricing reveal. But I think how it's gonna work is there's the tickets. You can buy the tickets, and the tickets have like a VP value, basically. Like there was one ticket of like a encounter ticket or whatever that I assume just lets you catch and keep a Pokemon, which you can do that for 2,500 VP. So there's an equivalence. Do I need to heal? No. Thankfully. Hello. But yeah, for Pokemon Champions, I think there's like an equivalence of like the tickets to VP. I'm just worried for if they make it so that the VP is like limited in some way. Like you can only obtain so much. Because if that's the case, then that's bad. I can't go through there. But if you can obtain as much as possible, then that's just gonna take a while. Also, it releases on the 8th, and I assume we're getting Pokemon Home Connection from ZA and Fire Red on the same day. Because that hasn't been announced yet, I don't think. But the ZA starters as Megas was. It felt like a huge point in the trailer. And I don't think they're going to show that if it's not a day one thing you can do. But I don't think the concept of the VP is terrible because it makes me feel like the Pokemon you're going to be fighting in the lower ranks will be less optimized. Which I don't like. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that having the Pokemon in the lower ranks be less optimized kind of lowers the barrier of entry. Because before it always felt like you had to have like a fully trained team to even start playing any competitive. You've been playing every previously released Switch game so that you can transfer most Pokemon to ZA. Um, I don't have any plans of transferring to ZA. My issue with ZA is that my boxes are full. I've got like 700 shinies in that game. So instead of transferring into ZA, it's more like I want to transfer them out and into home. Lavrina, is that the name of one of the admins? I don't remember their names. I feel like I lost a lot of health in that battle. I should go heal. I love the music in this game. It's very different from everything else in Pokemon games. A grand total of about 50 to 80 Pokemon to be transferred from the Switch games and even Go. Ooh, Go? I haven't transferred too many Pokemon from Go. I think the only ones I've transferred have been like a couple shinies I've gotten. Oh, the door is locked. but I just don't play it that often. A big problem with Pokemon Go is for someone like me who lives in a rural area, is you've got to walk a little bit before you even get to a Pokestop. So it doesn't make much sense. But I played it a little bit back when I was living in Toronto. It was nice because there was both a gym and a Pokestop, like directly accessible from my apartment. Like I didn't even have to leave. I could just sit there in bed. And that was nice. Anorith got one shot. Ooh, level 19. Oh yeah, Lileep is grass type. Oops. I completely forgot. Is the Leap tankier than I remember? Acid. Ugh. Oh, never mind. That did 2 damage. And a bite. And it's over. I don't have the GameCube NSO controller. I'm just using the Pro controller because it feels the best. I do have GameCube controllers I can use with my Switch. Oh, it's out of reach. But like USB ones I have that I've had since like 2018. So I could use those if I wanted to, but I don't know. I just feel like currently at least the Switch 2 Pro controller is the best feeling controller that I've been using. Oh, Shadow Spinnerack. Like the shop it. I guess paralyze it. I don't want to damage it. It is a Spinnerack. It probably has like 2 defense. I really wish you could shiny hunt the shadow Pokemon in this game. Original GameCube controllers with those USB ports are compatible, but they lack the buttons. Yeah, but what buttons are they even lacking? Like the communication button? I think that's the only thing it's lacking. Because it has a home button, it has a capture button. It's got all the normal GameCube buttons. That is very pink hair. So that's Laverina. Include home capture and seal. No. Um, it's got home and capture. This is the controller. Like, I'm talking about controllers like this. I'm not talking about original GameCube ones. Yeah, this has home and capture. And ZLCR. Right. I have, like, original GameCube controllers. But I don't use those for this. But yeah, like, specifically, like, these ones were made for Smash, I think. So the only button that one's missing is the communication button. I remember I would give that controller to like a second player whenever I was playing with friends, because they'd always just not be used to it. So I just automatically get the advantage. A bag on this early into the game? Usually I feel like pseudos start popping up like halfway through. It's a third party? Yeah, it's third party, but it's licensed. Right? Also, I wasn't even paying attention. That Nibble is Shadow. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just not interested in getting the NSO GameCube controller. I don't play games that would use it often enough anyway. Because what games are there? Like the NSO GameCube games, Smash, maybe, and Sunshine in 3D All Stars. Picked it up at UPS instead. I think it's more convenient to just wait for things. Plus, I don't exactly have a local UPS store. Those moves do so little damage to Shadow Pokemon, though I guess that's good, right? No risk of accidentally killing them. Come on, Numble. You shouldn't be hard to catch. Good. Oh yeah, Vaporeon fainted. I should probably go heal. You know, Team Snag'em is quite nice for just having a healing place right at their front entrance. Uh-oh. It's more elevators. Tiny little intruder. I'm not that small. I'm probably the same size as it. Also, Crink? Your name is Crink? I don't think I've seen a single normal name in this game. You've got the basic plan for home. Is that the free one? I've had the full one where you like the paid one the whole time, which is like 6 or 7 years. Oh my god, it's been like 6 years. I feel old. Oh, why am I thunder shocking? Barboach is ground. It's like in the last battle when I thunder waved Nummel. Like, of course that doesn't work. Nice, level 20. Did he have to roll back before acting scared? Like, holy. Dude is overperforming. Kind of like Leon in any Resident Evil game he's in. Meta. I think I just have to accept that these names are nonsense. Ooh, he's got 3 Pokemon. One of them might be a shadow Pokemon. Well, you're transferring them into Legend ZA, right? Just rest at a... or buy a coffee at a cafe 4 or 5 times. You don't even have to sit there. You can do it in like 2 minutes. Yeah, it's 2 minutes per Pokemon. It's really easy. But yeah, things have changed. I remember back in the day, like playing Pokemon Pearl and trying to just run around for at least dozens of minutes trying to get a Crobat. But nowadays, it's just go to the cafe. You haven't done much progress in the game, only up to Y? Well, you can still go to the cafes. It's just walk up to the nearest cafe, or buy a coffee. Make sure it's not the one that costs 100,000. And most of them only cost like 800. So per Pokemon that you max the friendship out on, it's gonna cost like 3,200, maybe 4,000. And it will even like automatically say in the menu when it's ready. Yeah, they made it so easy. Battle Revolution? I've never even played Battle Revolution. I should, but I just don't have time. Also, how will you be recording it? Mareep does not have to do all that over like 3 damage. Oh, I just realized I can purify Mareep. I should go do that. You'll be using a certain application that you have, and then you'll record it on OBS. Hmm. OBS makes things pretty easy these days. But, man, things were tough before OBS. Like, those were dark times. Oh, two battles in a row? That's unfortunate. I wanted to purify Mareep. Well, I guess I can switch to something else. Hmm. How about Gulpin? Those those berries that raise a Pokemon's friendship? No, don't use those. Go to a cafe in Legend ZA. Go to a cafe in Legend ZA. Uh, like when you can transfer Pokemon in, you go to one of the cafes, and you just sit there for like 2 seconds. And then you do it again. You do that 4 times. You know, after this battle, I'll just go into Legend ZA and show you. Wolfish lived, but it flinched. Pineco does not need to be this bulky. Or maybe my Gulpin just sucks. There we go. Okay, let's see. Where is it? Legend CA. There's an update. That was pretty quick. Okay, so you go. Um, Anything on the map marked as the coffee cup, you just go there. Let's see. Do I have a Pokemon that evolves by friendship? Let's use a Badoo. Sure. Shiny Badoo. Okay, maybe not one with a quest. Yeah, I went to the wrong one. Yeah. Let me go. Okay. A different one now. This one. That's a truck. This one. I think this is the one I used. But you go here, you talk to them. Coffee, first option 500. Leave, and then you do this, I think, just a few times. And then that cost me... Okay, still can't evolve, so one more then, maybe? So I'm at, like, 2,500 spent, which isn't a lot. Still can't evolve. I remember it being 4 or 5, but I guess I remembered incorrectly. Is there something wrong with them? Badoo is a trade of, or not a trade, a friendship. So that's weird. But it should work after a few. Maybe I need to just sit there for like a second longer. Maybe the Soliel blend gives like less. But that's how I did it. Was I just went to a cafe, did it over and over again, and was able to evolve them. Okay. Now to purify Mareep. Well, yeah, it's not in. It's new to Pokemon Legend ZA. But it's not in Scarlet and Violet or Sword and Shield. Just needed to level up the Badoo once? Nope. You don't have to do that. Oh? I'm just gonna ignore them. Yeah, there will be an arrow like pointing up on them when they're able to evolve. And you could use the berries, but it's kind of a waste of berries. Like, it's not quick doing that. How many levels do I get? Body Slam and Heal Bell. 3,000, huh? 1, 2, 3. Only 3. Oh, I'm getting Flaffy. Nice. No, I won't be naming it. Just because I won't be using it long term. I'm gonna need a Leap Stone, though, to get Shift Tree. Oh, and where do you get one of those? I don't remember. I'm just gonna ignore them. I guess I should swap Flaffy out. Because I have more Shadow Pokemon. a charcoal. Let's let's bring in Spiel. I would assume most people end up using a wall rain in this game. Oh? Oh, now Houndour can be pure. Okay. Oh, well, I'm guessing going back. I just made it here, but do I have other Pokemon that are close? Kind of? Well, yeah, you can do that. That's just slower. Well, I guess it's not that slow if you have candy, right? And I think in every Switch Pokemon game, I have an absurd amount of candy. Method I showed works differently compared to camping in Sword and Shield. Um, camping in Sword and Shield. I haven't done that in like 6 years. Maybe. I think in Sword and Shield you just go and you play with them. Like you just like throw the ball at them. Or you make curries. Yeah, making curries boosts friendship, I think. So that's pretty easy. Okay, I know it goes up from walking, but by how much? They are close. The curries. Yeah, you have to actually make the curries. And then I assume in Scarlet and Violet, making sandwiches also boosts friendship. Though I'm not sure about that. Okay, let's actually make some progress this time instead of being stopped by the need to purify something. Anything in here? Doesn't seem like it. What's this? Nothing at all. Ooh, item. A great ball. Probably will be useful in the future. And then that's just an item. I can go that way. I think I'm gonna use this first. Where does this go? Ooh. Are you kidding me? It was bait. Digor. That might be the worst name yet. I've got secret power. Probably not that good. What is that animation? That did nothing. Nothing at all. Umbreon, Espeon, Sylveon? Um, just as a bit of advice, make sure to double check that the Umbreon and Espeon, before you evolve them, don't have a fairy type move. Because that has happened to me more times than I can count. Where I go and try and get an Umbreon or an Espeon and then just accidentally uh, get another Sylveon. Hopefully Bullet Seed hits more than twice this time. Both near the rocks? Yeah, but couldn't you just use a leaf stone and an ice stone? in like Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet. I feel like that's faster. Is that all that's up here? Well, I guess there's this. That's pretty useful at least. And then Seedot's gonna be available to purify any second now, so I might as well just start walking. I got one battle in before I have to go purify. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that's so low. There we go. I was getting a little worried that the walk wouldn't be enough, but it was. But with Seedot, because I actually plan on using him, I'm not gonna swamp him out for another Shadow Pokemon. Oh, Gulpin. Also a Pokemon I plan on using. So I think I'm gonna have to purify Spheal or Spinarak before I start on Nummel. Giga Drain. Okay, that's a lot better than Bullet Seed. Refresh. Level 18? No special attack? That's kind of terrible. Ooh, I get Nuzleaf. That'll be useful. Uh, let's name him Lock. There. And then evolving at the rocks saves stones. Yeah, but whenever I play, or not whenever I play, but I know in both Scarlet and Shield, I have like a ton of extra ice and leaf stones. Besides, one of those two will not work on Eevee and BDSP? Hmm, didn't know that. I'll name this Stun, because that's nuts backwards. And these nuts is the only reason that I'm using Gulpin. Otherwise, I wouldn't even look at it. But I don't think I've used it before. And back to the lab again. And just in case, Baltoy is still kind of far, right? No, it's not. Of course it's not. Um, they can just sit there in the background. I don't need to use them. You know, I need to go back and finish Brilliant Diamond. I never finished its Pokedex. I think I just need Spinda, but I never got the Spinda outbreak or whatever it is. And you can't transfer one in for some stupid reason. I don't know, there's nothing down here to do. It's only up. Morbid. You know, I was gonna make fun of his name again, but he's got a Splink and a Lotad, so I can't really hate. Oh, it one-shot the Lotad? I wasn't expecting that. Star you. I'm surprised with how many people disliked Megastar me. But I guess all those people just didn't pass the vibe check. In Generation 8, Eevee does not learn Baby Doll Eyes until level 15. Yeah, but you're generally gonna be after level 15 when you evolve them, right? At least most of the Eevees I evolved, I guess they were in Legends Arceus. So your best way to do it is just by leveling up, right? Running around and leveling up. So they were almost always past. I don't think I'm going to do Baltoy immediately. But they were almost always past level 15. And even just playing normally, they usually are. Okay, where is it that I'm supposed to go here? Is it not here? Or was there an item that I just wasn't paying attention for? Oh, this one. I forgot about this elevator. Cabal. Carvana and Magnemite. Even though I really like Magnemite, it's just unfortunate that every time I've considered using it, or not every time, I have used it before, but most times I consider using it, it shows up in a game prior to Gen 4. So you just, I don't know, you just don't end up using it, because who wants to use a Magneton? Didn't have those friendship berries, so you made enough curries? Yeah. Yeah, like, that's the optimal way to do it. But usually when you're using a Pokemon in a playthrough, or in a game that doesn't have such an easy way to do it, the obvious way to do it is just by leveling them up and just get it when it happens. Let's secret power the Carvana. Hopefully it lives. Well, not hopefully it lives. It better live. Ooh, a Psyduck. Okay, let me see here. Is there a way to catch shadow Pokemon that you failed? Oh, of course, Mirror B has the... Cool. Okay. Almost had to close the game there. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Secret Power to just one-shot the Carvana. I guess, Nuzleaf is stronger than I thought. Most of them left unevolved. I don't know, I think in Legends Arceus, most of my Pokemon ended up getting evolved. But that's just because it's the best way to fill in the Pokedex. Though I never perfected it. I've completed it twice now, but never perfected. Maybe I should go back and do that. Though I'm pretty sure I got over 100,000 points. Maybe? I got something high. So it wouldn't take too long. Again with the roll. Like, who does he think he is? Like a Dark Souls character or something? Though, they're also dropping from the ceiling. No Pia. These names really do just get worse. Guess I might as well use Secret Power if it was apparently so strong they can one-shot. Jigglypuff looks horrible in this game. Ooh, Dunsparce? I still want to go back and shiny hunt the 3-segment, the Dunsparce. I don't know when to do that, though, because I have so many things planned. You'd send Pichu and Igglybuff from Legends Arceus? Yeah. It is a huge hassle to get Friendship Evolution on all of them, so that makes sense. A full heal. Not bad. Is there another way I can go? This way. Nope. Okay, just up then. Cypher's big man, huh? Greevil, so that's when that's revealed. I thought they would wait a little bit. Clots. I've never used the Kecleon in a playthrough before, but I guess if it's not a shadow, then the first day I do isn't today. Oh, I'm out of PP. Oh, so close. And that was next to nothing. You'll have to purchase the DLC itself just to have the Pokédex for it? Yeah, but there's no need to do that. You can transfer all of them in, and they don't... Is there a reward to filling it? There is. There is a reward, but it's not unique. It just gives you more points towards the, like more dex points, or research points towards completing, or getting all the rewards. But you can do that without the DLC, so it's all extra points. Oh, Shadow Shroomish. Oh, Fake Out failed because I forgot how it worked. A 100% completion in Legends ZA? Even I don't have that. But that's mostly because of the quests. I've done like 40 of them, but I think there's around 100. And if you have the DLC, I think they add like an extra 80. Plus there's some Pokemon for me to get still. But I don't know. I don't want to touch that game right now. I need to take a break from it after completing my shiny living dex of the base game. Right? That took way too long. I think I have like a 650 hours in the game. So it was just a little too much. Though I will be going back to it. Come on, Shroomish, just get in the ball. I'll even hold a B for good luck. One. Okay, never mind. Really didn't like that. And now I go for the ball. You'll use when you transferred from Go? I think I still have the Ralts, but yeah, I didn't end up using it. Have I ever used one of those gift Pokemon? Oh yeah, I have. In Pokemon Ultra Sun, there was an event when that first came out for uh Rockruff that evolved into Duskmane, and I kept that and I used that on my team. But other than that, I don't think I used anything. In Sword and Shield, I got codes with it for, I think it was Bagon and Larvitar, which I didn't use those. They weren't new Pokemon, so I used them. Though I did almost use the Ralts. I think the only thing that stopped me was the reason I like Mega Gardevoir isn't for Mega Gardevoir, but it's because of shiny Mega Gardevoir. I just think it looks amazing. So then I remember I went and hunted a Ralts. Was it a Ralts or a Curly? I forget. I hunted a shiny Ralts and evolved it up to Gardevoir, not realizing that when hunting for other things, Gardevoir was going to be super common. I think I have like 10 of them, maybe? Yeah, I think I have like 10 shiny Gardevoir. Does this guy have anything to say? He apparently doesn't battle. But I have the ID card. I forget where that's used. Maybe it's over here? What do you think of Winds and Waves? I think it looked good. Yeah, I think it looked a lot better than what the games have been looking like. And I think the starters are cool. I'm definitely gonna choose Brout. It's just a little disappointing we have to wait until probably November of next year. Yeah, naps. Come on, just fight me already. Peon naps. What a name. You always select water type starters? Hmm, I don't know. I picked the one that is most interesting to me. Right? In Gen 9, I chose uh what's his name? Wait, Coco? In Gen 8, I chose Sobble, but I don't think any of them in Gen 8 were that interesting. And then I remember picking Litten when Sun and Moon first came out. So yeah, it's just whatever one I like the best. Though Sun and Moon was a good generation for starters. All three of them were amazing. Quick attack. Better than Tail Whip. Quaxley. I really didn't like Quaxley. Oh, Beldum. But yeah, I didn't like Quaxley. At least I think Quaxley's fine. I think its final evolution, what's it, like Quackaball? I don't like it. I'm really glad I didn't choose it. Though, usually with starters, I choose correctly. Like, I rarely regret the one I choose. I think the only time I've ever regretted it was the first time I played Heart Gold and I chose Chikorita. Just a horrible game for a grass starter. And then not only that, but it's the weakest one. Though, I'm really glad I chose Chikorita in Legends ZA. Because Meganium just, especially Mega Meganium, it just beats everything. But I think that was just down to Giga Drain being strong. Oh, your DS Lite was stolen from you, so you didn't get to play Gen 5? Gen 5's the best. Ooh, Leaf Stone. Wait. I have to look up. Where is it? Nuzleaf's Gen 3 moveset. Hmm. It really doesn't get anything. Torment, Faint Attack, Razor Wind, Extra Sensory. Yeah, these are nothing. What about Shift Tree? Yeah, it doesn't get any level up moves, but it gets TMs. Okay, seems like I'm... Seems like I'm just evolving Nuzleaf here. You only got to play Black for a little bit, but you did select Oshawott. Oshawott's cool. It's probably my favorite. Yeah, I really like Samurott. Okay, so I guess we leave now? Uh-oh. You didn't get to play any of them? They were all pretty fun. I spent a lot of time in Ultra Sun. That was the first game I actually completed the decks for. Oh, I have to actually choose. Cypher Admin Laverina. She looks hideous. And also like a twig. Huh. This shouldn't be hard. I don't know if I've ever fought a trainer with a love disc and had any difficulty. And it's dead. This music sounds more like title screen music than boss fight music. Maybe for a boss fight that's more cinematic than a Pokemon battle. Gale can't shouldn't be. Oh, I have to catch it? Oh. First evolved Pokemon I have to catch. This will take a while. I don't think I even have any status. Um, Bullet Seed. Bullet Seed has never failed to do next to no damage. And Roselia is done. That was way too much damage for a Delcatty. I guess I should use a Great Ball if I have them. Oh, just one? Bite did a little bit more damage than I thought it would. And Bullet Seed. All 6 games from the first 2 generations? I haven't done that. Also, it's not really 6 games from the first 2 generations. Because of, red, blue, and green. But from Gen 1, I've only played Yellow. Gen 2, I did both of Silver and Crystal. 3, I've done Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, Leaf Green. Coliseum, XD as well. Gen 4, I don't own a physical copy of either Soul Silver or Diamond, but I have the other ones. Gen 5, I have everything. Gen 6, I have everything. Gen 7, I have 2 copies of Sun and 2 copies of Moon. And then somehow I don't have Eevee, but I do have Let's Go Pikachu. And then I have everything since then. You played red, blue, yellow, gold, silver, crystal. Yeah, but they're still green. What item? Data ROM. But green was never released outside of Japan. Yeah, but you could get it on the eShop for the 3DS. You could get all the different language versions. And then also you can just emulate it. Not that you need to. There's no purpose of doing that. So does this purify chamber just like bypass the shadow bar? Battle Revolution will be done on Dolphin? Yeah, Dolphin's the most popular. Purification speeds. Okay. So you set the Pokemon in here, and then they don't have to be in your party to go down. I understand. It's like the daycare, leaving them in the daycare. Uh, you can train them without. But who do I leave in here? Um, Dell Candy. Oh, and you can do multiple? That makes things pretty easy. Oh, whoops. There we go. Perfect. I can access it from any PC. That's convenient. You owned Coliseum, but never this? I think XD has always been more expensive. At least I remember it being more expensive than Coliseum. Though I don't know now, because that was like 7 years ago. And retro game prices have ballooned since then. Who is it that I have to find? He's missing. I assume this isn't him. Downstairs. So something happening here? There's no one here. Did he exit? Trudging outside the lab, huh? Hmm. Oh, he was just outside. Onbs in Pirate Town. What a horrible name. Onbs? Ay, ay, ay. Oh, ONBS. Oh, it's not a name. Well, I think that's it for today. Just hit the 2-hour mark, so that's all. Bye.